We are converting a tram into a padded cell up in Sheffield. And we're going to work through the night until it's done.
Okay, it's 11:30 at night now. We're in Sheffield in the tram depot. We've taken over one of the trams and we're turning part of it into an old-fashioned padded cell like you used to find in old psychiatric units and Victorian asylums. And we're doing it to just demonstrate that, in fact, we don't use padded cells anymore. They're a thing of the past. But what hasn't caught up with that is our attitudes to mental health problems.
And at last, after about 9 hours of work, we have eventually finished.
Time to Change is England's biggest ever campaign to change the way that we as society treat people with mental health problems and think about our own mental health and well-being. Because 1 in 4 of us will experience a mental health problem in our lifetime, so it's something that will affect every single family. It's someone you love, someone you work with, or one of your neighbours. So it's time that we changed our attitudes and our behaviour. Our views are very outdated.
It made me think. It made me think about how people feel when they have mental health problems and if they're admitted or like that.
I've got a mental health problem, but I've been well for a few years now, but I'm still having to face discrimination and stigma, and I think actually that is the most painful thing at the moment and not the mental health issue. It will affect 1 in 4 people. I think, this thing is, it has been a long time coming, and it's time for people to talk about mental health issues and not be ashamed of it. So that's why I'm here, because I'm not ashamed, and I'm very proud to be part of the campaign.
Well, when this tram is full, about 200 people will be on it, and as 1 in 4 people will get a mental health problem at some stage, that means 50 people on this tram. We know that sadly a lot of them will experience stigma and discrimination, possibly will feel ashamed and embarrassed and feel they have to keep it a secret. Hopefully this tram stunt will start making people talk, it will get things out in the open. A lot of people want to disclose that they've experienced mental health problems, but they don't feel able to.
So this padded cell is very symbolic. When people still think about mental health problems in England, they think of padded cells and straitjackets. Now, luckily those were assigned to the history books, but sadly our attitudes in England have not moved on. Most people will think if you have a mental health problem, you're not very nice to know, you're likely to be violent, you could be locked up in a padded cell or put in a straitjacket. Those attitudes are very outdated, and the time to change is long overdue.
I've got mental health problems. I'm just the same as anyone else. I've got a job, I go to work 5 days a week, and this is what we're trying to get over with the Time to Change campaign, that there shouldn't be a stigma associated with mental health. The people with mental health are no different to anyone else.
I think I'd like to say to people that it is hard to disclose you've had a mental health problem, but I think the more of us that do disclose and sort of, that can only be helpful, that we need to be brave about it and fight for our rights.